Those fingers in my hair that sly come hither stare, that strips my conscience bare, it's witchcraft. And I've got no defense for it, the heat is too intense for it. What good would common sense for it do? 'Cause it's witchcraft, wicked witchcraft. And although I know it's strictly taboo, when you arouse the need in me, my heart says yes indeed in me. Proceed with what you're leading me to. It's such an ancient pitch, but one I wouldn't switch, 'cause there's no nicer witch than you. That crazy witchcraft. And although I know it's strictly taboo, when you arouse the need in me, my heart says yes indeed in me. Proceed with what you're leading me to. It's such an ancient pitch, but one that I'd never switch, 'cause there's no nicer witch than you.
But what happens outside when it gets late? Long about midnight, the ghosts and banshees get together for their nightly jamborees. There's ghosts with horns and saucer eyes, and some with fangs about this size. Some short and fat, some tall and thin. Some don't even bother to wear their skin. Oh, I'm telling you, brother, it's a frightful sight to see what goes on in the night. When the spooks have a midnight jamboree, they break it up with fiendish glee. Ghosts are bad, but the one that's cursed is the headless horseman. He's the worst when he goes a-jogging across the land, holding a noggin in his hand. Demons take one look and groan and hit the road for parts unknown. And there's no wraith like a spooky spurn.
They don't like him and he's really burned.
He swears to the longest day he's dead, he'll show them that he can get ahead. Close all the windows, lock the doors. Unless you're careful, he'll get yours. Don't think he'll hesitate a bit, 'cause he'll clip your top if it'll fit. And he likes them little, likes them big, part in the middle or a wig, black or white or even red. The headless horseman needs a head.
With a hip, hip and a clippity-clop, he's out looking for a top to chop.
So don't stop to figure out a plan.
You can't reason with a headless man.
So after dark, you kids be good. Stay at home the way that you should. 'Cause right outside and waiting there is the headless horseman. Beware! I'm getting out of here.
Fort Texas. What you say? Are you whistling in the dark just to scare the ghosts away?
I know there's something following me that I can't see. Someone sure laid an awful hex on me.
A hex? Aw, Tex, that's pretty far-fetched. Man, I think you're just a little bit touched.
If you'd have got a load of what I saw last night, you'd have passed a Yankee Clipper on its maiden flight. Last night I saw up on the stair a little man who wasn't there. He wasn't there again today. Oh, how I wish he'd go away. When I came home last night at 3, the man was waiting there for me. But when I looked around the hall, I couldn't see him there at all. Go away, go away. Don't you come back anymore. Go away, go away. And please don't slam the door. Last night I saw up on the stair a little man who wasn't there. He wasn't there again today. Oh, how I wish he'd go away.
Little goblin who had a broken broom. When he went anywhere, it would wobble in the air, and his heart would fill with gloom. He tried so hard to fix it every night, but he just couldn't get it working right. The wobbling goblin with the broken broom could never fly too high. For right at the takeoff, another piece would break off, and soon he would be dangling in the sky. Each evening, just as he would leave the ground, his radio would say,
Control tower to Goblin, your broomstick is wobbling. You'd better make a landing right away.
It soon got so he could only ride when the witches took him piggyback, until at last he used his brain and bought himself an aeroplane. So if you'll look for him on Halloween, you'll see him zip and zoom. No harm can befall him, no longer can they call him the wobbling goblin with the broken broom. Too high. For right at the takeoff, another piece would break off, and he would soon be dangling in the sky. Each evening, just as he would leave the ground, his radio would say,
Control tower to Goblin, your broomstick is wobbling. You better make a landing right away.
It soon got so he could only ride when the witches took him piggyback, until at last he used his brain and bought himself an aeroplane. So if you'll look for him on Halloween, you'll see him zip and zoom. No harm can befall him, no longer can they call him the wobbling goblin with the broken broom.
You've got me in your spell. Bewitched, bewitched. You know your craft so well. Before I knew what you were doing, I looked in your eyes. That brand of woo that you've been brewing took me by surprise. You witch, you witch. One thing is for sure, that stuff that you pitch just hasn't got a cure. My heart was under lock and key, but somehow it got unhitched. I never thought my heart could be had, but now I'm caught and I'm kinda glad to be bewitched. Bewitched, bewitched. My heart was under lock and key, but somehow it got unhitched. I never thought my heart could be had, but now I'm caught and I'm kinda glad that you do that crazy voodoo, and I'm bewitched by you.
I took my troubles down to Madame Ruth. You know that gypsy with the gold cap tooth. She's got a pad on 34th and Vine, selling little bottles of love potion number 9. I told her that I was a flop with chicks. I've been this way since 1956. She looked at my palm and she made a magic sign. She said, what you need is love potion number 9. She bent down and turned around and gave me a wink. She said, I'm gonna mix it up right here in the sink. It smelled like turpentine and looked like India ink. I held my nose, I closed my eyes.
I took a drink.
I didn't know it was a day or night. I started kissing everything in sight. But when I kissed the cop at 34th and Vine, he broke my little bottle of love potion number 9. Closed my eyes.
I took a drink.
I didn't know it was a day or night. I started kissing everything in sight. I had so much fun that I'm going back again. I wonder what happened with love potion number 10. Love potion number 9. Love potion number 9.
That old black magic has me in its spell. That old black magic that you weave so well. Those icy fingers up and down my spine. That same old witchcraft when your eyes meet mine. That same old tingle that I feel inside. And then that elevator starts its ride. And down I go, round and round I go. I'm like a leaf caught up in the tide. I should stay away, but what can I do? I hear your name, and I'm aflame with such a burning desire that only your kiss can put out that fire. For you're the lover I have waited for, the mate that fate had me created for. And every time your lips meet mine, darling, down and down I go, round and round I go. I'm in a spin, loving the spin I'm in, under that old black magic called love.
I got a real good friend who's a ghost. He is the most transparent little man. We bounce around from pillar to post, me and my bosom pal, my friend the ghost. Whenever we go out on the spree, he says to me, how about a little chat? Then pretty soon I'm deeply engrossed in a discussion with my friend the ghost. He thinks what I think, and he drinks what I drink. In fact, we're unique in our clique, so to speak. We get along like peas in a pod. Sounds kinda odd, but when I need a friend, he bounces in and starts playing host. Well, look who's standing here, my friend the ghost. He's about 9 feet tall, only a foot wide. In fact, I think he's standing right at the... Oh, I'm sorry, madam.
Well, you've got your nerve.
He's usually here with some cheer every day. He's sure been a pal since my gal went away. Although you may not see him at first, just quench your thirst, soon he will be along. Don't get me wrong, I don't mean to boast, but you can count upon my friend.
Along the countryside. At precisely 12 o'clock, the spooks began to rise. Swinging at the seance, 12 ticks. Swinging at the seance, hot licks with the medium in trance. How that horn began to bend. Swinging at the seance, 5 men. Swinging at the seance, jive men. When the trumpet blasted out, all the spooks began to shout. That music came through so sweetly low down, yet nobody knew who was riffing around. Swinging at the seance, black coats. Swinging at the seance, blue notes. Why the trumpet could have won a cup, its jiving broke the seance up. And who do you think did the getting away? No one else but Billy May. At the seance, 12 ticks. Swinging at the seance, hot licks with the medium in trance. How that horn began to dance. Swinging at the seance, black coats. Swinging at the seance, blue notes. Why the trumpet could have won a cup, its jiving broke the seance up. And who do you think did the ripping away? No one else but Billy May.
I'm a phantom. I'm a goblin. I'm a very wicked ghost. But conditions are the worst we've ever seen. When we look at all the headlines that they print from coast to coast, we're afraid to leave the house this Halloween. When the kids came home from school on roller skates or wagons, it was sport to follow them and make a noise like dragons.
Now the kids in rocket ships go roaring through the clouds. Oh, I tell you, we are shaking in our shrouds.
I'm a demon. I'm a werewolf.
I'm a snapping, snarling spook.
And it used to be a pleasure to be mean.
But if children love that groaning from a box they call the juke,
we won't leave our haunted house this Halloween.
Who's there? Who's there? Up there on the stairs. Beware, beware. I hear somebody coming up on his toes. Oh, look there he goes. Why, Mr. Ghost is going to town. He takes his cane, his gloves, and his hat, and like a cat, he hurries down the alley. The moon is bright, and this is the night when Mr. Ghost is going to town. He's feeling great, and he can't be late. He's got a date to do a little stepping. He'll shake his bone to hot saxophone, 'cause Mr. Ghost is going to town.
Down.
He's feeling great and he can't be late. He's got a date to do a little stepping. He'll shake his bone to hot saxophone, 'cause Mr. Ghost is going to town.
The house is haunted by the echo of your last goodbye. The house is haunted by the echo of your last goodbye. The house is haunted by memories that refuse to die. I can't get away from a vision that brings intimate glimpses of intimate things. A voice in my heart like a tart singer sings. I wonder who's kissing her now. The house is haunted by the echo of your favorite song. The place is cluttered up with roses that have lived too long, much too long. The ceiling is white, but the shadows are black. A ghost in my heart says she'll never come back. The house is haunted by the echo of your last goodbye. Whatever else I do, midnight.